So welcome to this class today. We are refining today in form of breath work. Most of you are joining the Pranavidya course with Kali Chi at the moment too, so I thought it's a good way to take one class of our basic course and really emphasize the breath and what that means for each of us individual. Of course, we have breath cues that apply to everybody. We have the long breath. We have the deep breath. And when we lengthen our breath, it becomes more subtle. But then we say, for example, inhaling mountain lifts or exhaling this. And all of a sudden, we describe the length of the breath for everybody the same. This is only for teaching reason. It really, Tri Yoga really wants you to invite your length of breath. At the beginning, we need a lot of breath per movement. We maybe need for one bridge roll 2 breaths to roll up. But further in the practice, we maybe need 1 inhale up and 1 inhale down. And further, we maybe go 1 inhale up and in the same inhale down. So what it invites us is to see, where am I in my practice, in my yoga journey? Where am I today? Because every day is different, and adjust to the breath, to the movement, always inviting the breath to be its longest and finest, what it can be. Maybe another example which we all can relate to is Cobra 1 into Cobra 2. So at the beginning, we start inhaling Cobra 1, lifting head and chest. Exhale, stay there. Inhaling Cobra 2, lifting then from the heart to the pubic bone. And exhaling, rolling down. But in further practice, it can be inhaling through Cobra 1 into Cobra 2 and exhaling down. Or it could be more movements. It could be inhaling Cobra 1, Cobra 2, flowing back into child, all in that one inhalation. So I want to play today a little bit with that breath, with the breath length, and how to put it into into the process. I hope we get that across and be experimental with that flow. Of course, we also work on our natural alignment that works with us all through the course. I want to show that slide once more with the forward bend, because we're gonna have a forward bend, and the emphasis is here in forward bending in our hip joints, where we roll with our bony pelvic over that head of the femur bone. But our main focus today is the breath. In and X through the nose. And you see, when we exhale, which is here the purple side, the diaphragm goes up. And you see, when the diaphragm goes up, how the space in the lungs is reduced. We never exhale all the way out. We always leave a little bit air left. Otherwise, the walls of the lung would collapse, and like an air balloon that has been already blown up, the walls of the lungs would collapse and glue together. And when we inhale, we breathe into our lower lungs. Underneath the lower lungs is the diaphragm, and the diaphragm lowers into the abdominal cavity. While the lung flows down, the content of the abdominal region has to go somewhere, and that goes forward. That's why when we inhale into our lower lungs, the abdomen rises. We have many muscles that we use. So complete breath is not only a training for our lungs, like learning the lungs to expand. It's also a great muscle activity with each inhalation and with each exhalation. When we inhale and we fill lower, middle, upper lungs, you can imagine that the intercostal muscles, which are the muscles between the ribs, they move the ribs like louvers. So when you think of louvers, they shut down when we don't want to have light coming into the room, and the louvers open to bring more light in. The same is what these intercostal muscles do. They change the position of the ribs so that the internal space in your chest is bigger. And there, for the inhale, is also the diaphragm shown. When we exhale, it's actually also a real muscle strengthening, especially at the end of the exhalation, because we activate the abdominal muscles to pull the belly button in. And it's the transversus abdominis, which goes all around like a corset in the abdomen. They are the cross layers, the external and internal obliques, and all the way down to the pelvic floor, which is not shown here, but all the way down to the pelvic floor. All these muscles help when we really wait to the end of the exhalation to exhale out. A few more pictures about muscles. Here we see the muscles on our neck. When we breathe all the way in complete breath to the tip of our lungs, these purple and green muscles help to lift the sternum and the upper ribs. The green one is the sternocleidomastoid that goes all the way from the sternum to the back of our head. And you see here on the right slide that purpley muscle, the pectoralis, which also helps to lift the sternum. So really fine little muscles that get engaged to open the chest. So it's about a flexibility we gain in our rib cage and in our chest if we breathe completely. And if we don't breathe completely, that area the muscles would become smaller, weaker, and also our torso would become stiffer. This slide just shows that abdominal region, that we get a beautiful massage through each breath. That abdominal cavity is in the base, is our pelvic floor. On the top is the diaphragm. Both of these muscle layers get massaged and engaged and toned through each breath. Beautiful. That's just another beautiful demonstration how many muscles are engaged in each breath. That's really, I think that's one great benefit of tri yoga that we use so many little muscles. It's very easy to go into a fitness studio and a gym and train big bulky muscle, but really to get these subtle muscles, these little stabilizing muscles, um, toned and engaged well, is a wonderful thing we have in tri yoga. So let's start with breath awareness. Come onto your mat. Of course, if you have any question, you can anytime ask too. But let's come onto the mat, and you can either go for breath awareness in reclined butterfly, or you can come for breath awareness into a seated pose. You choose. And in your pose, find your sit bones, a space, and allow your spine to be in natural alignment, whether you are seated or reclined. From the resting breath, we go into natural breath. We bring the awareness to the breath. You can check, is the breath already going into your lower lungs? That area where we absorb most oxygen. If not, you invite the breath there and go for a few rounds more actively, inviting that breath down into the lower lungs. And think of three-dimensional lower lungs. If the front, the back, the right, the left, and it goes in and expands in 360 in all directions. I personally sometimes feel at certain spaces in this base of the lungs that there I hold tension. If you resonate with that, go to that area and invite that area to relax. So that this natural breath flows even more freely, is invited deeper into your body, into your tissues, and prana can penetrate. Once you have the direction of natural breath set, allow the effortlessness And while it's effortless, though, it's full of awareness from the very beginning of the breath to the end. Sometimes you feel natural little pauses after, in and exhalation, which you please welcome without straining at all. And place your hands onto your belly and feel is inhaling the abdomen coming out and exhaling the abdomen moving back. And is that flow even flowing just as you palpate it? Or is there anywhere where you want to make little refinements for more even flow? You may feel that it requires a lot of presence to be stay effortless, to stay to the very end of the breath, to allow the little breaks. Complete breath. Now let's deepen the breath, filling the lungs to maximum capacity. It starts like natural breath down into the lower lungs. And then we engage more muscle strength to fill the lungs to maximum capacity. We were looking at these intercostal muscles. We were looking at the top, at the sternocleidomastoid, and the muscles from the sternum to the neck. When we exhale, we were also talking about the intercostal muscles that close the louvers, closing the ribs, but also abdominal muscles, more outer layers, more inner layers, and at the end, the pelvic floor. You like, you can have your hands now a little bit on the base of the rib cage, feeling here the expansion, inhaling these ribs change size, and while the filling and the emptying out change supports the change, feel maybe also some muscle activity that helps to support that change of volume. For me personally, I can, in the end of the exhalation, I know I'm fully exhaled. The belly button has drawn in, and then the contraction arrives at the pelvic floor. When there's a slight tone there, that's followed by a little pause. then the natural impulse for the next inhalation is coming. For the inhalation, personally, I feel that when the breath has arrived at the collarbones, there's no more physical inhalation happening, but a little more energy going through the throat up to the third eye crown. And when the breath has arrived there, a little pause comes as a sign for my full inhalation. Investigate whether you have individual markers where you know that you have fully inhaled and exhaled. So we can maybe later in the practice also resonate with that and really wait until we fully have inhaled and exhaled. If you like, you can put your hands onto your chest, just below your collarbones, to palpate the change of movement in the top of your lung. Like at the sound of Ujjayi, and if you are reclined, exhaling knees to chest, allowing that full exhalation. Stand one arm behind your ear, and with keeping each breath complete, turn to the side and roll yourself up. Keeping your breath complete, come into cat. Tuck your toes under, bring your blocks high next to your knees, spine in natural alignment. And lift yourself up into monkey. And relax From monkey into earth touch. Bend your knees. Exhaling, imagine your pelvic rolling over the head of the femur bone into the forward bend vertebra by vertebra. Inhaling, monkey, sit bones lengthen back and lengthen vertebra by vertebra into natural alignment. Then repeat, exhaling, earth touch, bend your knees. You may need to bend them a lot to relax, to find a little bit of rotational movement in the bony pelvic over the head of the femur bone. And inhaling, lengthening from the base to the crown. The hands can glide back next to the feet in earth touch. And they can, in Om, glide forwards into monkey. Keep repeating. The spinal wave. If blocks are too far away, you may tense in your shoulders. And make sure that your blocks are not too far away. And of course, they can become high, they can be flat. Go 3 more rounds. Focus, complete breath, all the way out. Next time when you are in monkey, inhale here. Exhaling, you transition into child. Let your right foot glide back until the toes point back, right knee next to the left here. Left side. And then fear from cat. This way back into child. So maybe you can go with one exhalation back into child. Maybe you want to go into prep for child, exhaling. Inhale here. Then exhaling, release vertebra by vertebra down. Inhale here. Exhaling, cat tuck from crown to sit bones. Inhaling, cat. Exhaling, prep for child. Inhale here. Exhaling, child. Repeat, exhaling, cat tuck. Inhaling, cat. Exhaling, prep for child. Inhale here, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Exhaling, release. Go one more and really feel your complete breath. Feel, do you really finish each exhalation? Do you really finish each inhalation? Bruce, you can maybe make a little bit of a longer cat, walking your hands more forward. Yeah. Last round. And then in child, we're going to change the breathing rhythm and see whether that would work for you. You go inhaling cat tuck into cat. And exhaling prep for child into child. Inhaling cat tuck into cat. Exhaling prep for child into child. The flow is a little bit quicker, but same accuracy in the alignment. Now, if you feel on the way back, I don't have enough breath, you could add. You could exhaling start, prep for child, hold one inhalation, and then exhale all the way. Or if it's the way up that you feel one inhalation is not enough, you could go exhaling cat tuck, inhaling cat. What it does when we change that breathing rhythm, it does encourage us to prolong that breath. Two more rounds. Check in when you come up in from child into cat tuck that you don't do a little rushy at the very beginning. Beautiful. That's it. And then you come up. That's it. Let's child asana. Let's have a rest there. Exhaling prep, natural seat. Round from crown to sit bones. Inhaling lengthen from the base. Exhaling prep for child. Feel your hinging here with your hips. Prep for child. Relax into child. Exhaling prep, natural seat. Round from crown to sit bones. Inhaling lengthen from the base. Exhaling prep for child. Into child. Next time when you're in child, see whether you want to change breathing pattern, inhaling prep natural seed into natural seed, exhaling prep for child into child, inhaling prep natural seed into natural seed, exhaling prep for child into child. If you feel there is not enough length, while keep even flowing, you can speed up the flow a little bit, or you can go back to the breath that we just did at the beginning. Repeat 3 more rounds and feel, where do I challenge my breath kindly, like we would challenge a biceps to grow? Where do I push the breath and find, where is that point where I'm just in that perfect breath for myself? Keep flowing until your next time in natural seat. We repeat 3 more rounds with that emphasis I demonstrate you, keeping here that horizontal axis broad. So when you hinge forward, what I see a little bit is like this coming. I overdo, of course, but just feel like you keep that broad. This is not collapsing here. You keep forward and you relax it at the very end. And keep watching when you roll up. Wait until that wave goes from the base through the collarbone, through the sternum, through the collarbones, and bring the hands up. So really open here that space. We don't do this, but we broaden out to the side. Let's go. Feel that length, that vertical and the horizontal length. Inhale here, and then keep going. Vertical and horizontal axis broad. Beautiful. Last round. Next time when you're in natural seat, stay there. Complete Ujjayi breath. Next flow will be mountain heel press. In case you want to take your blocks, please do so. Exhaling, hinge forward into cat and feel when you take your blocks, do you stop your complete breath? Tuck your toes under. Exhaling, mountain lift with the right heel down. Inhale here. Exhaling, spinal alignment into mountain, the left heel down. Repeat, alternating sides, the spine stays in mountain alignment. Can you keep your complete breath flowing? If you had some indicators that you have completed exhalation, like I said, I really feel my belly button the furthest back and a little tone in the pelvic floor. Can you feel that completion in your breath? Next time, when you're down with your right side, hold right side mountain heel press asana. Change sides. Lengthen your waistlines back and up. Inhaling both heels up. Stretch your arms forward, waistlines back. If you're more on the stiffer side, allow your armpits towards the ground. If you're more on the hyper flexible side, keep stable there, broadening in your shoulder girdle. Beautiful. From here, exhaling. Excuse me. Choose whether you want to go exhaling cat tuck. Let's all go exhaling cat tuck. Inhaling cat. Exhaling back, mountain lift. Inhale here. Exhaling mountain. Exhaling cat tuck. Inhaling cat. Exhaling mountain lift, mountain. Sorry, mountain lift. Inhale there. Exhale mountain. One more round with that breathing rhythm. Exhaling cat tuck. Inhaling cat. Exhaling mountain lift. Inhale here. Exhaling mountain. Let's change the breathing rhythm. Go inhaling cat tuck into cat. Exhaling, mountain lift. Inhale here. Exhaling, mountain. Inhaling, cat tuck into cat. Exhaling, mountain lifts. Hold, inhaling there. Exhaling, mountain. Inhaling, cat tuck into cat. Exhaling, mountain lifts. Inhale there. Exhaling, mountain. Now we change. Let's go back to exhaling, cat tuck. Inhaling, cat. And we go exhaling, mountain lifts into mountain. Hold, inhaling there. Cat tuck. Inhaling, cat. Exhaling, mountain lift into mountain. Inhale here. Exhaling, cat tuck. Inhaling, cat. Exhaling, mountain lift into mountain. Good. And now we do both in one breath. With your next inhalation, cat tuck into cat. Exhaling, mountain lift into mountain. Inhaling, cat tuck into cat. Exhaling, mountain lift into mountain. So 2 more rounds like that. 1 inhalation, cat tuck into cat. 1 exhalation into mountain lift mountain. Next time when you are back in cat, sway back into child's asana. Give your wrists and shoulders a break. Stay present with the breath and the energy flowing through the body. Maybe tingling in your hands, warmth in the shoulders. Relax your facial muscles, your jaws. While this last breath was maybe for most too short for doing that movement, you could maybe feel how you challenge your breath really to be a little bit longer. If it's okay with your wrists and shoulders, flow 3 more rounds and find where is that really perfect breathing pattern for me for this flow. Your next exhalation, prep natural seats. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, hinge forward into cat. And feel, do you want to go with one exhalation through mountain, lift mountain? Can you really stay with your alignment, or do you want to add extra breath? If you add extra breath, you go exhaling mountain lift, hold one inhalation there, and then exhale into mountain. And then feel when the cat tag cat movement. Is it one inhalation for you going into cat tag cat? Or is it exhaling cat tag and then inhaling cat? And then go for 2 more rounds and feel the breath. You may don't find it perfect today, but experiment. Nice mountain lifts, excellent. Beautiful lowering. Fantastic. And from cat into child asana. Long breath. Here, when we come into rest, how it becomes more subtle, more even flowing again. And we get the breath into that fine flowing breath and that long breath. And then we can stay with our awareness there. It's very beneficial for our mind. The mind slows down, calms down from overthinking, over worrying, from being overstimulated, overactive. It follows into that subtleness, which brings more clarity, more overview, more inner calm. And you are ready, exhaling, prep natural seat. Or to turn towards the right, we're going to go for the gate sequence. So if you want to have some bolster underneath your knees, please do so. Inhaling through extended cat into right side half pyramid. With your next inhalation, both hands flow even, come into prep, gate lift. If you like, bring your blocks towards the right side, just behind your knee. Inhaling gate lift, feel the breath going along the spine up. Your right thigh rotates up. Right heel, left knee, one line. Then hinge from your hips. Gate. Make sure your hips are not going back. Keep them forward. You can push with the heel into the floor and your femur bone into your hip joint. Lift the sternum, feel the vertical axis long, the horizontal axis broad. Fantastic, that looks awesome. Make sure your head is not leaning forward. Sandra, lift your sternum a little bit more and head back. From here, side warrior gate. Push with your hand into the block and with lightness glide your right foot in. Now bring your right knee over the ankle and feel that beautiful stretch in your adductor muscles. And then make sure that you don't hang in there. Feel that elongation out of the hip joints. Beautiful. Your head can turn to the sides or straight forward. Check in with the breath. Warrior gate. From the base of the spine, come up, but the legs stay in that gate alignment. Turn your head over the middle finger to your right. Beautiful. From here, exhaling, prep gate lift. Let the breath flow, inhaling gate lift. Exhaling half pyramid. Through prep, extended cat into cat. Exhaling, walk or jump out into pyramid. Spine in natural alignment. Exhaling, right side, pyramid sway. Inhale, hold here, spine long, shoulders relaxed, head in one line with the rest of the spine. Your next exhalation back to center. Feel all 3 points of your feet grounded both sides. Next exhalation, second side. Bruce, you can lift your sternum a little bit more, shoulders away from the ears. Feel that lower back wants to be flat. Yeah, that's perfect. Wonderful. Exhaling, change sides. So you can lift your sternum a little bit more so that you looks like you are rounding a little bit here from the back of the heart to the neck. Just feel whether you can lift that sternum a little bit more to create more elongation here. And then feel your breathing rhythm. You can go exhaling to the side, hold inhaling there. Exhaling to center, hold inhaling there. Or you go exhaling to the side. Inhale back to center. And exhaling to the side. Consciously choose your breathing rhythm. Next time when you're back from center, exhaling, make a little jump in. So while you jump, we often hold the breath. Just see whether you can bend the knees, exhale and jump. Step back, right foot, then left foot, cat, second side. For the gate sequence, left leg moves back or straight out to side, depending on your space. From half pyramids, inhaling prep, gate lift. Check your heel and knee in one line. Place your blocks if you like. Keep your breath flowing. Inhaling, gate lift. Exhaling, hinge from the hips into gate. Groins forward, shoulder head back. Both sides of the neck even long. Optional, turn your head up. And if that side flexion is not that deep, it may look like that, and that's already a huge hip opener. But same alignment clues. Both sides of the waistlines even long. Groins forward, so the groins are not back. Groins forward, shoulder and head back. Spine in natural alignment. And you may feel if you push with the heel in to the floor and then with the thigh into the hip joint that there is a tiny little bit more movement without pushing. Fantastic. From here, we go into side warrior gate. Push with your hand onto the block. Glide with your foot in. And the more distance you have from the heel to the knee, the bigger is that stretch here. So don't overdo it. Find that optimum stretch for you. Knee over the ankle, not collapsing inward. Both sides of the waistlines even long. So sometimes we do a little bit of that here, that a little bit of palm tree. And you can think of elongating this side of the waist. You lengthen it into, yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Warrior gate, legs remain. From the base of the spine, feel vertebra by vertebra lengthening. Arms T, looking over your left. Feel the vertical axis long, lifting you out of the hip joint. And feel your horizontal axis extending from the heart, but not tensing. Gaze relaxed. Complete breath. From here, straighten your left leg, lower your arms down, turn thigh, knee, toes forward. Inhaling, lift up. Exhaling, half pyramid. Next exhalation into cat. Inhale completely in cat. Exhaling, pyramid 1. Make sure you breathe while you jump. Your breathing rhythm, pyramid sway starting to the left. Make sure you don't lean to the back. So feel the weight remains on the heel and the ball of the foot evenly. So you can play around. If I go back leaning onto my heel, it looks different and it feels different. Feel the weight is even, ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, inner heel. Sometimes we lean back to escape a stretch. Then you feel the weight on the ball of the big toe and the ball of the little toe is missing. Beautiful. Keep flowing until your next time back from your right side. From there, jump with your feet together, exhaling. Bring your knees down. Quarter turn to the long side of the mat. Your blocks to the short ends, and then sway back into child. Inviting that breath to become subtle, long, relaxing the whole body so prana can penetrate into the deepest levels. 20% of our oxygen goes to the brain. So support this also by relaxing your facial muscles, your eyes, your jaws, your tongue, so that that beautiful prana can penetrate into our brain tissue. Where we have an enhanced prana flow, the body can create more balance equivalent to health. It can do little repair works. Can transport up some ama, some toxins. When you are ready, exhaling prep natural seed. Inhaling lengthen. Wait until sternum has lifted, collarbones broadened. If you need bolster under the knees, do so. We go into that flow with runner. From here, exhale into cat. Let's actually inhale into cat. Blocks close and high. Exhaling from the base of the spine round, cat tuck, right leg comes forward. Hips deep, square to the short end of the mat. Inhaling, lengthen from the base of the spine all the way to the crown. Exhaling, hips move back into cat or short cat. Inhale here. Exhaling, prep for child into child. Your next exhalation, prep natural seat. Inhaling, lengthen from the base. Inhaling cat, hinge forward. Exhaling round from the base. Left leg is stepping forward. Hips lower down and forward. Inhaling, lengthen from the base of the spine into runner. Exhaling, hips move back. Inhale. X back into prep for child to child. Exhaling, prep natural seat. In natural seat. X here. In cat. X rounding from the base, right leg steps forward. In lengthen. Exhaling back. Inhale. X back into child. X prep natural seat. In natural seat. X here. In cat. X round from the base, left leg. Prep for runner. In lengthen, feel every vertebra. Exhaling back, cat. Inhale, long spine. Exhaling back, prep for child into child. Variation for the breath. Inhaling natural seat. Exhale here. Inhaling cat. Exhaling right side, prep runner. Inhaling runner. Exhaling through cat into prep for child, child. When you are ready, inhaling natural seat. Inhaling cat. Exhaling prep for runner. Inhaling runner. Exhaling cat. Prep for child, child. Inhaling natural seed. In cat. Prep runner. In lengthen. X through cat. Prep for child, child. Repeat in your own breathing rhythm, second side. We change once more the breathing rhythm in natural seat. Exhaling cats, right sides, prep for runner. Inhaling lengthen. Exhaling back, cat, prep for child, child. You can have a breath in between. Your next inhalation, natural seat. Exhaling cat, prep for runner. Inhaling lengthen. Exhaling cat, prep for child, child. One more each side. In natural seat. Use the breathing rhythm that you like. Exhaling cat, prep for runner. In runner. X child. Keep flowing. Child asana. Natural seat. quarter turn basic squat. Turning to the front. Have everything ready for final relaxation. Before you roll back down, prep to lower. Make sure you breathe. Eagle twist. Remain with your complete breath. Inhaling arms T, legs 90 degrees. Exhaling crossover right over left. Inhaling hip lift towards the right. Arrive on the left outer hip. And exhaling into the twist. Adjust your shoulder girdle as the foundation of the twist. It's like this is grounding while the spine is rotating away from the shoulder girdle, inviting that right shoulder to relax to the floor, to be grounded. Maybe rotating that right arm around. We're pushing with the left elbow slightly into the floor. And you are ready, unbind. Second side. And you are ready, exhaling, unwind. Knees to chest, optional rocking from side to side. Back at center, make your most comfortable position for final relaxation. Complete breath relaxes into natural breath, the effortless breath down into the lower lungs. Your mind remains in a silent observer. We surrender everything into the breath, allowing inner calm and inner peace to expand and nurture every part of our body. Awareness back to the breath. Deepen your breath. Now movement into your body. Knees to chest. And when you are ready, extend one arm behind your head and roll yourself up. Come into a comfortable seat of your choice with the spine elongated. Awareness at the breath. Clarity can be shown to us by having an ease sitting with the breath. Bring your hands to the heart. Namaste means the light inside of me greets the light inside of you, which is the same.